for Sure, a podcast based on asking one profound question that opens up and reveals such amazing insight that we hope it inspires transformation, growth, change, success, and all the things that you want. My name is Wendy Rosenthal. I am your host and the CEO of Pathfinder One-to-One, a transformation practice where we use a first internal, then external approach to helping our clients really step into their greatness each and every day. I'm very excited today to welcome my guest, Mr. William Haighton of Haighton Consultancy. Now, William is over in the UK, so thank you so much for being here with us today, William. William is a serial entrepreneur with a focus on the entertainment business, and I'm very grateful to have known him for quite some time. He's a good friend, and I appreciate your insights today. Thanks for coming on.
Good. My pleasure.
All right, let's just get to it. William, please tell me, what is the one thing that you know for sure?
I know for sure that I don't know anything for sure. Simple. If you say, give me one thing you know for sure, I will probably end up in all kind of cliches like, I know for sure that we're all going to die one day. Well, that's a bit boring.
Exactly.
It's very funny. When you look back at your life, you start to realize that you go through phases in your life. When you're young, everything is new, everything is exciting, and you think you conquer the world.
Yeah.
Then you come at an age where you go like, oh my God, man, this is tiring stuff, trying to conquer the world. That's not going to work. I just want to have a comfortable life. And then once you have your comfortable life, things happen. People around you leave or they die or whatever. And then over the years, when you get older, you start to realize, getting back to your question, so one thing you know for sure, you actually don't know anything for sure. That is at least my experience. There have been so many things in my personal life, but also in business life where before I started it or before I did anything, I thought, this is going to happen. This is going to happen for sure. And for whatever reason, sometimes, actually most of the times, out of your own control, it did not happen. And that makes you wonder, is there anything you know for sure? I doubt it.
Well, it's interesting because when I thought to do this, I had a feeling that somebody was going to say that, or maybe more than one person would say that, because it's kind of like a joke, like I don't know anything for sure. And I didn't know how I was going to handle it if somebody said, this is what I know for sure, because life is definitely unpredictable. We don't know the future. So I want to approach this in a way where, even though, it's a common thing to say, I don't know anything for sure. What do you feel is that you can get out of recognizing and accepting that you don't know anything for sure?
Well, I've been thinking about it, preparing our interview today. I honestly think that you can put in a certain effort to make things happen. And when things do happen, then in hindsight, you can say, oh yeah, I knew that was going to happen for sure. Yeah. Life is unpredictable. That is absolutely true. But at the same time, you are, to a certain extent, in control of your own life. And you can make things happen. The thing is, a lot of us are hoping and praying and thinking that it will happen overnight. A lot of things in life don't happen overnight. That is my experience. But if you are very keen on something that you want to happen, it's about perseverance, it's about stubbornness, it's about pushing, it's being able to get a slap in the face if certain things don't work out. But if you really want something to happen, you can make it happen. And that is a thing I know for sure.
So now you're changing your tune. So now you know for sure.
I'll be working towards it.
So just for the sake of being focused on it, what I'm hearing you say is if you know for sure that you don't know anything for sure, that actually allows you to control maybe more than what you what you think you can control. Because if you put your energies into something that is something that you really want or desire, that you really want to achieve, then not knowing that it is going to happen for sure actually pushes you and accelerates your desire and makes it even bigger.
You hit the nail on the head, Wendy. That is absolutely right.
William, that's why they pay me the big bucks.
No, that is absolutely right. I have been going through a lot of things in my life. I had, in general and overall, until let's say about 10 years ago, an incredibly comfortable life. And certain things happened out of my control. And it was just like starting my life all over again, to the point where I sometimes didn't have a penny to buy food. And that comes from someone who had enough money to buy food for most of his life.
Right.
There were moments where I wondered, what is the point of go on living like this?
Wow.
I've lost so many things. I've lost so many personal friendships and family, etc., that you think, what the hell am I going to do for the rest of my life? But you know what? Every morning when you wake up and you realize that you're still alive, it means that there is something out there that gives you the chance to better your life, to make things work.
To keep going.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Going back to our beginning, one thing I know for sure is never give up.
It's actually 3 things that you know.
I know. I've been preparing this, and the funny thing is, last night I thought, that could actually be 12 things I know for sure. But these are important things for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Never give up.
Yeah.
No matter how hard things are, never give up. Try to keep on fighting. There is a reason why you're still alive. There's a reason why you don't have the guts to hang yourself or jump off a bridge or something like that. The reason is that there is something that wants you to stay alive and give yourself the opportunity to make things better.
Yeah, you still have things to do. There's still something for you left to accomplish, something for you, growth to happen.
Yeah.
But I know that you said a couple of things, but I do think it's interesting that it still kind of goes back to the idea that when you don't know anything for sure, that it's almost like you have to let things play out as well, right? It's like you've got to see how your story unfolds, and you're the hero in your story, and without knowing things for sure, that gives you an opportunity to follow different paths, to make mistakes, and then to recover from them.
Well, there's an interesting observation now that you said that. You're absolutely right. But and I've noticed it within myself, but I've also noticed with other people. One of the problems that we have is that if we look into the unknown, or we try to get into the unknown, something comes up and it's called fear.
Yeah.
And I think making things happen, no matter how impossible they look like, it is first of all tackling your fear.
No question.
If you can get over your fear, if you're able, and sometimes you have to do it with others. Maybe sometimes you have a partner, or you have friends.
Sure.
When you have a project, when you have something in your life, could be a personal thing, and you have no idea what to expect. You're absolutely uncertain about the outcome of what you want to start. Make sure, as much as possible, that you have no fear whatsoever.
By the way, that's a whole other podcast about removing fear.
Yeah, we'll do that
and how to
do
that.
No, these are all thoughts that I got over the last 24 hours, knowing that I was going to talk to you. I hate to go into an interview without being prepared. And these are all the thoughts that came up. It's very simple.
I love that. And this is why I feel the question is so powerful, because it opens up the thought process of thinking, like, in my life, what do I know for sure? Because all of us have that something, right? We've all had an experience where now, after having that experience, we know this for sure, if you're going to go through this. Now, again, life throws curveballs, and you may have to rethink what you know for sure. But at least at any given moment in time, each of us has an experience where we can say that. So I'm actually really happy that it opened up such a broad discussion with you today, William, and that it was so thought-provoking for you. Because if it's thought provoking for you, it's going to be thought provoking for the people listening as well.
Absolutely. There's one other thought I want to give is we live in a society that at the moment is very confusing, first of all, but it's also all about who you are, what is your status, how much money do you make. That means we all need to pretend that we're brave, we have no fear, we need to be the girl or the boy who can make it happen. Yep. Don't be scared to open up to people and tell them that you're in a shit situation or that you don't feel well. You will be surprised, and I've seen it myself. You will be surprised how many people go like, "Oh my God, but he was always smiling. I thought everything in his life was okay." No, tell people where you are, what you're doing.
Yeah, I have found that when you're honest and authentic, people tend to come towards you because they care and they want to help, and guess what? Because most people have been there one way or another with one thing or another. May not be the same situation, but they've been there. So
that's another thing I know for sure.
Okay, hurry up.
No one in the world has got the perfect life. From the moment that he or she is born to the moment that he or she dies.
Exactly.
No one's got a perfect life.
Perfection is not for this world. Again, another episode, which would be so fascinating to talk to you about.
Oh, we can go forever. Go on forever.
We can. But for right now, we're gonna end this discussion. But I just want to say, we packed a lot into a very few minutes, and I think there's so many things to explore. And I just want to thank you so much for broadening my horizons and not keeping it just to one thing, because sometimes we need a little bit of that to shake it up. So thank you so much. William, can you share in the last couple of minutes if somebody wants to open up to you or ask you more about your experience, about the many things you know for sure, how they can reach you?
They can always send me an email. That is William Haighton, all one word, at C for Charlie, S for Simon.com.
Awesome. William, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. And if anybody's interested in learning more about Pathfinder One-to-One or our coaching style, our coaching approach, and our coaching successes, please visit www.pathfinderonetone.com. Follow us on all of your social media platforms, your favorite ones, and you can find this and all of the episodes of The One Thing I Know for Sure on Spotify and all the other of your favorite podcast platforms. I'm very excited, William, to have had you. Thank you again. And
it was absolutely my pleasure.
We look forward to connecting again on the next episode of The One Thing You Know for Sure. Have a great day.
Wendy. Take care. Be good. Stay strong. Bye.
Bye.